In Cyberpunk 2077, we enter a world defined by towering megacities, ruthless corporations, and mind-bending technology. But what if I told you the future depicted in Cyberpunk isn't as far away as it seems? What if the dystopian world of Night City is a possible reflection of where we're headed? As we look around, it's not hard to see real-world elements that Cyberpunk 2077 magnifies. Corporate control is already a defining feature of our society. Mega corporations like Amazon, Google, Meta are no longer just companies. They shape governments, they influence politics, they collect vast amounts of data on individuals. Surveillance technology is everywhere, from smartphones that track our every move to social media platforms that know more about us than we care to admit. Privacy seems like a relic of the past. And what about technology? We're already developing AI and automation at breakneck speeds. Robots are replacing human jobs, and even the idea of bio-augmentation, like bionic limbs and AI integration, is moving from science fiction to reality pretty quickly. Look at urban inequality in Cyberpunk and us. It's here too. Look at San Francisco and Rio de Janeiro, where the divide between the ultra-rich and the poor is becoming sharper by the day. Skyscrapers tower over slums, just like in Cyberpunk. It's scary. And if we take a closer look at Cyberpunk, like look at the characters that seem to be ripped straight from our world today. Johnny Silverhand, a rebel rock star fighting against corporate control. Johnny is driven by a belief that big corporations will strip away human freedom. And, he's not wrong in that. His ideology and methods mirror modern-day whistleblowers like Edward Snowden and Julian Assange, both figures who took extraordinary risks to expose the overreach of governments and corporations. Just like Johnny, they're fighting for freedom, even if their methods and consequences are controversial. Now, Johnny Silverhand's method was very controversial due to the nuclear bomb that he set off in the building, so that might have been a little extreme. Then there's V, the player, the one that we embody when we play the game. V is caught in the middle of a society driven by wealth, technology, and inequality. This struggle mirrors the real-life gig economy worker or millennial hustler trying to survive in a system that often feels rigged against them. In many ways, V represents the average person. That's me, that's you, that's your neighbor, maybe my dog, I don't know. Constantly balancing ambition and survival in a world controlled by forces beyond their control, such as mass corporations, political instability, or economic inequality. Massive corporations, that's the theme I think I'm going to make this video. I don't think I know, I already wrote the script. Ooh, then there's Satoru Arasaka. I think that's how you say his name. I am not confident. I am not Japanese. The head of the Arasaka Corporation embodies the idea of a ruthless, ultra-powerful CEO whose reach extends far beyond business. He controls economies, security, even governments, much like real-life billionaires like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. These figures have amassed so much power and wealth that they transcend their industries. They influence everything from space exploration to communication and global markets. One of my favorite characters, Judy Alvarez. Judy is a skilled brain dance technician. If you don't know, then play the game. She represents the intersection of technology and human emotion, in my opinion. Her work is a direct parallel to how social media and entertainment industries are shaping human experiences and memory. Think of Mark Zuckerberg's Meta and its vision for the metaverse, which is the dumbest idea I've ever heard in my entire life. It's a new frontier where human interaction could be dominated by virtual worlds, much like the brain dance in the game. Judy's character highlights how technology, when misused, can detach us from reality. These characters that I just mentioned, they aren't just science fiction. They are reflections of the powerful and the influential figures shaping our world today. The question isn't just whether these trends will shape our future, it's really, will they shape our future in the same way they did to Cyberpunk? The possibilities are pretty striking. Mega corporations could grow into entities that surpass governments in power, controlling resources, communication, and even law enforcement. Imagine a world, if you would, where your social and economic freedoms are dictated by private companies rather than a democratically elected leader. We are also on the cusp of profound advancements in bio-augmentation. Neural implants, AI-powered prosthetics, I spit, and even brain-computer interfaces are in development right now. In the world of cyberpunk, these augmentations define identity. What happens when technology becomes so integrated with humanity that the lines blur? Extreme urbanization could be our future too. As cities expand and populations concentrate into dense urban areas, the divide between the rich and the poor will likely grow deeper, creating highly stratified societies. Just like Night City, it's not hard to imagine cities ruled by corporations where the streets are filled with both advanced technology and extreme poverty. I was asking myself the question when first getting into cyberpunk, since their timeline is so close to us, how come they have so much more advanced technology? In the cyberpunk timeline, wars and political instability escalated technology at a faster rate, in my theory. Conflicts in the corporate wars drove innovation in weapons, cybernetics, and AI. Meanwhile, fewer ethical boundaries existed, allowing rapid, unchecked progress. The result? A future where technology races ahead, but society is left in the dust. In contrast, our world has seen periods of relative stability, with more regulations around how technology like AI and biotechnology is developed. However, as we face growing political tension, climate challenges, and economic uncertainty, could we see similar acceleration of tech in response to the crisis? I'm gonna say probably. History. History means stuff that happened yesterday. But it tells us that war drives innovation. During World War II, we developed radar, jet engines, and even the nuclear bomb. The Cold War gave birth to the space race, GPS, and the internet. In Cyberpunk 2077, wars between corporations and governments push technology beyond our ethical limits. But even today, we see the impact of military-funded projects on everyday technology. The most terrifying thought is that future conflicts, whether between nations or corporations, could catapult us into a future where technology outpaces humanity's moral and ethical frameworks. So, are we headed towards a future like Cyberpunk 2077? The path we take is still uncertain. The technologies we see in the game, cybernetics, AI, corporate dominance, are all possibilities for us. But what remains within our control is how we choose to develop and regulate these advancements. In my opinion, dog keeps licking its balls. In my humble opinion, and I think others share this opinion as well, the world of cyberpunk is a cautionary tale. It shows us what happens when technology progresses faster than humanity can even adapt. When profit outweighs ethics, and when power of corporations is left unchecked. The future isn't written yet. I mean, unless it is. We could be in some kind of weird time loop and we've been doing the same thing over and over again for 1,000 years now, but I guess that's another video. The choices we make today about technology, society, and ethics will shape whether we create a world like Night City or create something better. William Gibson said this: "The future is already here. It's just not evenly distributed." My name is Trey. This is the Content Analyst. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.